Join me in this episode as I have a caravan service engineer replace a few parts and perform a few checks. I give my kitchen a significant makeover and I take you along on a date. Of course, before any of the fun stuff, let's do the bi-weekly maintenance. Let's get some fresh water and get rid of that wastewater. It may not be toilet water, but it doesn't look far off. Yet still much better than what's often found in canals these days. Talking about canals, one of the dates I recently went on was to a lovely canal-side coffee shop and a floating market. This was my date's choice of location, and of course I had permission to film her for this episode. I was delighted to have a date outdoors, and I was impressed that she suggested this location. I've been here many times, but mostly for the wild swimming in the adjacent river. Just over the river is the Shubra Estate. The huge estate is now run by the National Trust and boasts some interesting architecture, some fine art collections, and some quirky gardens and landscapes. My date was fun to be around. She was creative, funny, and ambitious. She may not be my happy ever after, but she'll make the right guy very happy. On the subject of happiness, let's visit a toy shop. I'm at Don Amma Leisure Kingdom in Derby to pick up a few supplies. Of course, there's a few items here that are way out of budget, so let's find the shop. We're here for monsoon awning poles and some rear poles too. Here's the rear poles, so while we're here, let's get some extra ground pegs. You can never have enough. I've told you it's like a toy shop. I could stay here all day. With the monsoon poles not in stock, let's try and find some online. These poles help prevent the canvas roof from sagging during heavy rainfall by providing some extra support and structure. And just like that, they've arrived, so let's get them opened up and see what we're working with. They're super easy to fit, sliding into a pre-made pocket at the rear of the awning and simply clipping in at the front. It was one of many jobs I wanted to do whilst Emily was over for the weekend. She also brought her dog for a little holiday. So I wanted to modernise my kitchen a little, and whilst working away I found these self-adhesive tiles. The aim is to put them on the wall just here. It was almost bedtime, but I was eager to apply just a few tiles to see if I'd made the right decision. By morning we were measuring again and cutting, but I must say my co-workers were taking a few more rest breaks than I thought was necessary. It came together pretty quickly, and I was happy with the results. The kitchen makeover isn't finished just yet, but before we lose morning, let's go and get some fresh air. We'll come back to finish this off in a short while. Having 4 nature reserves on our doorstep is pretty handy. We love where we are at the moment. Anyway, let's get back to our kitchen. You know those shops that you sometimes stumble upon that sell almost everything? Well, I found one of those. I had the idea of making a chalkboard, but I was questioning, is this a good idea? Well, there's no going back now. I never enjoy the finer and more detailed work, but in the end, I was very happy with the results. Emily and myself love cooking together, so let's get some chalk on our new recipe board. One thing you don't need a recipe for is throwing a load of food on a disposable barbecue, but we'll need this fuel because once again, we're going to Nottinghamshire's highest point. It's here that we see a statue of a miner. Over a hot drink, I wonder what this symbolises to me. The words that spring to mind are industry, heroism, heritage. It's all part of an industrial revolution that changed the world. Join me next time as I take you on a bikepacking adventure.